name is Aaron Adranya, head coach of the Black Flag Running Club. This is week 12, and we are in for an exciting week as we prepare for one of our longest runs as we're getting ready for the virtual La Jolla Half Marathon. Alrighty, so very exciting week. We've got a lot of good stuff in store for you. I wanted to hit on a few points before we actually dive into what each one of the groups are going to be doing this weekend. And the first one was our happy hour. So we had our first happy hour this past Tuesday, and had a really awesome time. We played some games. It was like super fun. It's awesome to see everyone's faces. So I noticed that a lot of you guys posted on social media after we did it, didn't know that it had happened. So that makes me believe that two things: either you're not watching all the videos, or two, that you're not reading all the posts. So please make it a habit to kind of look through all those things. As far as the club is concerned, we are still doing everything like normal. Even though you're not seeing our faces on a day-to-day basis, we are still running the runs that are required of us. We are still following the training plans, and we are still doing now the social pieces of it as well. So again, all these things are done remotely, but there's a lot of opportunity for you to still, have some semblance of a regular schedule and feel connected to the club. So hope you will join us this next Tuesday, where we'll be doing a happy hour once again, and all the information to log in and how it's all going to work will be located in your Monday morning post. It gives you all the details for our Tuesday get together. Alrighty, so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at which each one of our groups are going to be running this Saturday, as it's going to be one of the longest runs of the season for our La Jolla Half Marathon crew. Let's take a look. So first up, we've got La Jolla. Let's take a look at what their run walk groups are going to be doing first and foremost. The run walkers, you guys will be out there for a total of 150 minutes this weekend. We've got two intervals set up for you. It'll either be 1-4, 1 minute walking, 4 minutes running, or 1-9. So we have 1 minute walking and 9 minutes running. Next up, we have the intermediate group. We're going to have you guys out there for a total of 12 miles this weekend. And then we have the PR chasers. You guys are out there for a total of 13 miles this weekend. We do have a little bit more technical of a run set up for you. Basically, you're going to be doing your first 8 miles at a nice easy pace, and then your last 5, we're going to bring you up to a lactate threshold, and you're going to try to sustain that through the duration of that run. Alrighty, so let's next take a look at what we've got in store for the rock and roll teams, starting off with the half marathon rock and roll. So for you guys, we've got the run walkers. You guys are out there for 120 minutes. We've got 2 intervals for y'all as well. We've got you running or walking for 1 minute, followed by 4 minutes of running, or 1 minute of walking and 9 minutes of running. So either a 1-4 or a 1-9. Next up, we have the intermediate group. You guys are adding 1 additional mile to your total distance over last weekend. So you guys will be out there for a total of 12 miles this weekend. Same thing is true for the PR chasers, except you will be doing a total of 13 miles. You guys will be starting off with a nice easy 8 miles, followed by your remaining 5 miles. You're going to bring it up to your lactate threshold and sustain that pace through the duration of your run. Alrighty, let's now take a look at the rock and roll full marathon. We're still following the current schedule for the next week or so, but we are going to be making some modifications to this, as I don't want you to be running over 20 miles every single week between now and whenever they set the new date for rock and roll. So that being said, we're going to make some adjustments to that. But for those of you that are still planning on running some other virtual races that are going to be happening at the end of May or early June, you should still follow the traditional program as it's been set up for you. So with that, let's take a look at what we've got planned. So the run walkers for the full marathon, you guys will be out there for a total of 150 minutes. Your interval is going to be a 1-4 or 1-9. The intermediate group, you guys are up 1 additional mile as well. So you'll be out there for a total of 16 miles this weekend. And then the PR chasers, you guys are going to be out there for a total of 20 miles this weekend. So this one's important. Again, I'm mentioning that the 20 milers, if you're preparing for a full and you're still planning on running a race at the end of May or early June. If that's not in the docket for you, we probably want to scale back your mileage, probably keep you somewhere between that 16 and 18 mile range. it's enough mileage that you're going to sustain some of that distance and endurance that you have, but we can also increase that mileage and get you ready for a full marathon within a couple weeks time frame. So not a bad thing, just we want to make sure that we're adjusting so that we peak appropriately right before the races that we're going to be running. Next up is the restart team. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got planned for you. So next up, we've got the run walkers. You guys are gonna be out there for a total of 90 minutes. And then your interval, this is a new interval this week. You're gonna be doing a 2-3 or 3-7. So this is 2 minutes walking followed by 3 minutes of running, or 3 minutes of walking followed by 7 minutes of running. I'm suspecting that most of the people in this program are going to be following that 3-7 kind of time frame. Reason being is you have ran with us in the past. You have some of that inner leg strength already in place. Now it's just a matter of bringing the endurance up to be able to support that. So you get to pick whatever feels the most comfortable for you, but I think we'll see a lot of people running at that 3-7. All right, so next up, we've got the intermediate group. You guys are gonna be doing a total of 8 easy miles this weekend. The course is out and back for anybody that's doing 8 or under. It's relatively flat the entire time, so it should be a nice, comfortable run. So this weekend, now that we know what everyone's going to be running, let's take a look at the course itself and get a good sense of where we're actually be running this weekend. We've got a new addition on the end of the run for those that are going to be doing the total mileage that's being prescribed for you. All right, so let's take a look at the map for the out and back from Shelter Island. Many of us have done this run before. However, if you are adding up your miles a little bit and you are getting up to that 16 to 18 plus mile range, we're going to be adding on to this run and going into an area that you may not have ran previously. So let's go ahead and take a look at that map. We're starting on Shelter Island. You're going to be meeting near where the playground is at. That again has been all blocked off, so you won't be able to actually go into the playground area, but there's street parking and the bathrooms are still available there as well. So heading down Shelter Road, you'll hit the turnabout and it'll take you up Shelter Island Drive. From here, you're going to make a right-hand turn on Scott Street. And then again, at your next major light, you're going to make that right-hand turn on North Harbor Drive. Again, really easy. You're going to be running along this road. Eventually, it's going to drop you off in in Spanish Landing Park. I believe that this pathway is still open. If not, you will be able to run along the bike lane heading down North Harbor Drive. Now, to add on or increase your total mileage, I have you going into North Island Drive area. So that would bring you kind of past the hotel there. You'll be heading up to the Sheraton of San Diego that is on the west side, then turning around and heading around Harbor Island Drive down by Island Prime, and then bringing you back out to North Harbor Drive where we're going to continue our run. If you are not looking to add on that mileage, you don't need to necessarily do that. You can just continue to head straight towards the Coast Guard station. All right, so we're continuing to head down North Harbor Drive. You're going to run along the Coast Guard station. It starts to make this big curve right in front of the County Administration Building, in front of the Star of India. We're going to be running along the boardwalk here. Again, this is still open. Eventually, you'll eventually be heading down to the Embarcadero Park. You're going to continue to do the pedestrian walking path around Embarcadero Park north, then back up to the sidewalk there that's going to carry you through the front side of Seaport Village. You'll be following that all the way down until you get to the the Hilton Bayfront Hotel. This is where that big pedestrian bridge is located at. We are actually not going to cross that bridge. We're going to go up to East Harbor Drive, which is again the main street that's running in front of us, and we're going to be making a right-hand turn there. Now there's a bike path there, there's plenty of room, but it's going to look a little desolate for a while because we're going to be running between where the cargo ships kind of come in and where all the train tracks are at. There's nothing really much there. There won't be a lot of people there at all, so I think it seems like a pretty safe and appropriate place for us to be. Eventually, you are going to run into Cesar Chavez Parkway. From there, you're going to make a left-hand turn. It's going to bring you up to National Avenue. You're going to be making a right-hand turn there at National Avenue. You're going to be following that all the way down following that all the way down until you get to 26th Street, that's South 26th Street. From there, it's only 2 blocks up until you're going to hit Logan Avenue, and then you're going to run back down Logan Avenue through Logan Park, or Barrio Logan Park, hooking back up with Cesar Chavez Parkway, and then basically repeating that entire path, bringing you all the way back home. So we have not been over in this area much at all, but it's definitely an up-and-coming neighborhood. We, obviously all the shops are closed, but it'll be really nice for you to kind of see a particular area that you may not be going to on a day-to-day basis, but to see all the activity that's there. Lots of cool breweries and restaurants over there. Again, they're all closed, but at least you'll get a sense, and maybe we can include that in future runs moving forward. All right, so that's your run, Shelter Island, out and back, basically taking it from Shelter Island, running along the water, all the way to Chicano Park, turning around and making our way back from there. All righty, good luck. So that's what we've got scheduled for you to run this weekend. It should be, you might notice that we're actually recording inside today. It was rainy outside earlier this morning, but it does look like the weather's going to clear up for us. It's going to be partly cloudy on Saturday morning. That's good news for us. It'll keep the temperature down. It'll just be nice to get out, especially if you've kind of cut some of your other runs short simply because it's been raining. So it'll be good for us all the way around. That's all I have for you today. Hope we'll see everybody in our happy hour on Tuesday. Keep an eye out for our next post, which will be coming out Monday morning. And outside of that, make sure you stay connected, be safe, run strong, and we will see you on Monday morning with our week 13 training plan.